Alright, well, why don't we go through some patch notes then? So, blow it up a little bit here. The camera there. Alright. Sacred Wisps, Wildwood. Oh, yeah, wait, another thing. Do they have, like... Sometimes, like, the landing page for it is, like, you get a lot of, like, information. Affliction content. No. Where's the... Don't they have an Affliction page? In the announcements? Click on the time countdown. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted. Where's my item clickies? Okay, yeah, that's like the flask replacements. Corpse Bros, Hydra, Marionette, Cannibal, Fiery Cannibal, Fortify, Movement Speed per Frenzy. Uniques. Monsters you fight with. So these are like the new League uniques. Usually these are not too bad. Plus 12 to level of socketed skill gems. Minus 2 to level of socketed skill gems per socketed gem. So then this is only plus 10, because if you have 1, 10. Is that ever good? Bad armor, no stats, chest piece, mana? Bro, this seems like garbage. Oh, so you use like 2 or 3 auras in it? I mean, that's still pretty bad. Trickster Smile. When an enemy hit deals elemental damage to you, their resistance to those elements becomes 0 for 4 seconds. Flex Cold Fire Lightning to melee. That could be good. It's probably really good for leveling. Plus 40 maximum life for each empty red sockets on any equipped item. What the hell is this? I don't know what kind of builds people are playing, but the builds that I play, I would literally lose 40 life to gain a socket, and I make that trade. Yeah, empty sockets, like what? Who's playing a build with empty sockets? Alright, these items seem terrible. There better be other good ones. Random quality. Transfigured gems. Frozen Legion. Zombie of Falling. Firestorm of Meteors. Blight Contagion. Blade Trap of Great Swords. 2 copies of your equipped 2-handed sword. That's pretty cool. Click Ascendancy on the top. Okay, I'll check that soon. Where? Oh, I see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Warden of the Magi. Well, how many points do you get? Do we know that? Quantity of wisps. Your hits against marked enemies cannot be blocked or suppressed. 8. Same as normal. Rare and unique enemies in one turn have minimap icons. Map hack. Tinctures to equipped weapons. Last adjacent to applied tincture, gain 3 charges when you hit an enemy with a weapon no more than once every second. Damage on Tuesdays right here. Adjacent tincture, 30% increase effect. Okay. Tinctures applied to you have 75% increased effect per empty flask slot. Sounds like it could be powerful. Bark skin. 10% chance to avoid non-damaging elements on you per bark below maximum. Reduced duration of damaging elements per bark. So with like some self-damaging ability, like a ward loop, you can basically use this to get avoid, because the bark will basically be at 0. But bark is a reservation, that might not be worth it. Defenses from equipped body armor are doubled if it has no socketed gems. Plus 50% resist if you have an equipped helmet with no socketed gems. 25% increased life if you have equipped gloves with no socketed gems. 30% increased move speed if you have equipped boots with no socketed gems. So we do Abyss and get like the 2 Abyss sockets boots, and then we don't use the 2 gem sockets, and then we get the 2 Abyss slots, and then we get an extra 30 movement speed. That's pretty good. Yeah, there are a few items, especially with Abyss, where this is actually decent. Actually legit. Comb's Roots. Oh yeah, you can use Comb's Roots and you get 30 move speed. Okay. That's interesting. Ravenous. That's the way where you want to buy corpses, I guess. Removes all mana. Skills cost life instead of mana. Skills reserve life instead of mana. 50% increased life reservation efficiency of skills. So forced blood magic. Okay. Spells you cast yourself gain added physical damage equal to 75% of life cost if life cost is not higher than the maximum you could spend. Removes all energy shield. Gain maximum life instead of maximum energy shield from equipped armor items. -6 maximum life per level. Okay. Instead of maximum energy shield from equipped armor items. Is this good? You gain life instead of energy shield. I don't know if your increased energy shield modifiers would do anything. Because this targets the source and converts it. $300 life gloves, 400 life helms. Hmm. Interesting. Dark effigy. Pacify. Pacify curses all targets, having no effect at first. Causing them to deal no damage when 60%. Phantasms. Permanently afflicts one of your damage roll minions in an area, causing them to take physical damage over time at an accelerated rate. Each summon minions causes you to regenerate life at a rate based on the current damage of the Affliction debuff. Afflicted minions explode if their life is lowered to a fifth of maximum. Sounds tedious. Enemies pacified by you take 20% increased damage. Enemies affected by Affliction. Oh, minions affected by Affliction have Onslaught. Phantasms. Pitches a chance to grant a Vol Soul on death. Oh, that can be cool. So, is Pacify still a curse? So basically 2 Ascendancy points. Yeah, I don't love this one either. And this one you get to basically pick your own. Your war cry, attempt to shake extra items from corpses. Your war cries open chests. That one's pretty cool. Just character size, custom. I mean, everyone's just going this, right? Like, I think this one with the Pacify curse might be pretty good because of the, like, damage thingy. It's just a bit weird. I'm pretty set on playing minions next league, and like this is just not gonna work. Like this Ascendancy is based around using items without filling gems in the sockets. Like that's just not gonna happen. Swapped in late game for good charms. Yeah, maybe. Ultimatum. Rebalanced around the lower rate of encountering Ultimatum gameplay. New div. Uniques added to the core drop pool. Tula's Hunger. Oh. Oh, we can get the chest still? Oh, that's a good chest. Okay. Oh, that it's all of them? Okay. New uniques. New experimental base types. Ultimatum replaces Metamorph. Ultimatum encounters are now 10 rounds by default. Okay. Chance to be teleported to the Trial Masters for the 10th round in areas with a level of 81 or higher. Rather than being guaranteed. What was guaranteed? Oh, if you got to the 10th round, it would always be him. I see. Modifier is rebalanced. 3 tiers of difficulty. 4 tiers of difficulty. Encounters no longer drop loot other than the Trial Master, although they still grant experience. That's not good. New Tainted Catalyst. Catalysts are now rewards from Ultimatum and are affected by map item quantity. Don't know if I like that, because like if you want Catalyst, you have to do Ultimatum now. Problem with Ultimatum is that Ultimatum takes a lot longer to do than one Metamorph. And just like churning out map into map into map is pretty good. It's better than doing Metamorph. Is it though? Tower of Ordeal's unique engraved Ultimatum map can no longer be opened in a map device. Oh, okay. Get wrecked. Iraq. Catalyst no longer offers ritual rewards or as a reward type for Delirium. So Heist then? And more rewards from Heist, Expedition, Betrayal, Delirium, Legion, Eldritch have been replaced with Ultimatum rewards. Okay. They reduce the amount of catalysts obtained from Heist chests, Expedition chests, Betrayal chests, all unique strong boxes, as well as the amount of catalysts offered by Tuyen. Thanks. Ultimatum modifiers your maps to start at a tier higher if possible. Just not sold on doing Ultimatum. Like, I really liked Ultimatum League, but that was at a point where currency was still pretty scarce, and it was like really rewarding. Now, the rewards of mapping are hugely focused on doing maps quickly. Doing 10 rounds where you're choosing whether or not to do something, the modifiers that you're going to be, you know, facing off against, and then weighing in if you should stop or not. That's so much time. Like, I feel like if you don't do the ultimatum, you could probably just do an entire other map. So unless ultimatum rewards are like actually cracked, it's, I would say, without knowing anything, I would say it's likely not worth it. That's the main thing why I'm like, instead of 10 rounds, I would rather there be like 4 and they're ridiculously hard, like all of them. I think that's much more sensible. Yeah, and monsters don't even drop loot in Ultimatum. So, like, is the Ultimatum singular reward gonna be as good as doing an entire other map? I don't know. I think going into this league, I'm probably just gonna ban Ultimatum. And then if Reddit is like, oh my god, Ultimatum's the best, I'll do it, right? But yes. Mm. Atlas changes, different maps, div card changes, sure. Some of the map bosses required defeat. Oh, the Pantheon. I forgot Pantheon existed. Ruthless low. Okay. Alternate quality gems. Labyrinth, Helm enchantments, and unique threshold jewels are all systems that were trying to subtly modify the behavior of skills. The exception, these have been combined to a new system called Transfigured gems that allows us to fully achieve the goal of these three systems and then some. Gems alternate version, yes, it like more significantly changes. Fine font at the end of Eternal Labyrinth is now a gem crafting device that can modify your skill and support gems by turning them into transfigured gems, add quality or experience to gems, or sacrifice a gem for one or more treasure keys to open Izaro chests. Okay. Substantial amount of damage dealing skills have their quality stats buffed. Okay. Vendor recipe no longer work with skill gems. Okay, what? The vendor recipe can only be used with non-awakened support gems. Oh, okay. You can still do it on support gems. Okay, that's fair. No anomalous, divergent, or phantasmal. Okay, that's bold. Lenses can't be obtained. Tainted blessings can't be obtained. Deleted. Grand Spectrum unique jewels no longer drop from Zara treasures. They can now drop from Labyrinth troves and Emperor vaults throughout Merciless and Eternal Labyrinths. Okay. Okay. Logbook Remnant. Enchanted item now provide a chance to drop Ritual Splinters. Ritual Splinters, bro. Ritual Splinters? God, that's rough. Where's Betrayal now? Chest of quality gems. Okay. Divine Iron. Oh, we'll get to the skills. Richi reforge the colors of numbers or links between sockets of iron 50 times. What? Why is this different? So in transportation, he just randomly does one of the three. I wonder if you know which one it's going to be. It was Leo's thing. Rebalance heist. Grand heists no longer differ based on the blueprint area. Okay. Anima Stone no longer has +1 summon golems. Less dependent on the jewel to be effective. We'll see about that. Dead Reckoning. Now cause skills to gain added chaos damage equals to 23% of energy shield on your equipped shield. Wait, what? Oh, I'm guessing one of the alt gems is Scaly Mages? Because otherwise this just like killed Scaly Mages. Yeah, okay. Many experimental base types and some replica uniques also receive changes. Changes made to base skill gems as well as transfigured gems are being detailed below. Okay. Absolution, minions increased cooldown recovery rate instead of dealing 20% increased damage. What? What does this do? Bro, do the devs play Absolution? The Absolution Sentinels just spam Absolutions. There's no cooldown. They have an AoE attack with a 6-second cooldown, apparently. Is it even good? Okay. Mark, ambush. Animate Guardian. Guardians have roughly 11 more base life inherently. Okay. But the one with the cooldown does less damage. Supposedly it hits multiple times. Okay, if you say so. To max animate. Quality +1 chain, basically. That's pretty cool. All Lightning Bane. Circ. I'm just kind of skimming through these because I'm not playing a lot of these builds anyway. Bone Offering, increased effect of offering instead of 10. So this is a nerf. Guess it's a buff if you need like 1% block rate or something. Oh wait, these are like actual gem changes in some cases. Cobra Lash is different. Cyclone no longer has first hit, deals 50% less damage. Gain 1 stage while channeling, lose 1 stage. It now has 10% increased area per 0.1 meter additional melee strike range at all gem levels. I don't even know if that's good. I think that Dark Pack change is quite strong. Discharge 15 more area per charge consumed at all gem levels. Base radius of discharge is now described as gem. Quality, chance to deal damage without removing charges. Wow, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Giga area, no charge loss if you stack enough quality. Divine Art, 10 stages, beam, 240 more damage with hits per stage after the first, previously 110. 100 more damage with ailments per stage after the first, previously 30. No longer has 50 less damage while channeling. 40 chance to gain additional stage when hitting a normal and magic enemy. Wait, what? Was Divine Ire even bad? I thought it was an okay skill. That's like a enormous buff. Oh, it was 20 stages. Oh, I see. But it's still buffed then. Because 240 per stage instead of 110. And then with ailments, it's way stronger. It's the same damage pretty much. Oh, right. Because it's not 20 times 30. It's 1.3 to the power of 20. And then 2 to the power of 10. Yeah. Okay, so it's the same damage, just quality of life. Dominating blow, CDR instead of minion damage. So CDR is actually really good for dominating blow. Dominating blow has an auto attack, which is like pretty garbage, and they have a slam, which is like very poggers. And the when you have like enough damage, dominating blow feels completely insane because when you spawn a new dominating blow guy, they are not on cooldown, so they just instantly slam. So that's why it feels really good. And then when you don't instantly kill stuff, it feels really bad. 40 cooldown rate is like a lot. And that should significantly buff single target for the build. Like significantly buff. Like that's like 20% more damage type of buff. I mean, for speed clearing, it's a nerf, I guess, because you just like respawn them like crazy. But speed clearing, I don't think you're gonna have a problem anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Arrows. Dude, this is like all the skills. No longer reduce energy shield recharge rate. Well, that's kind of lame. It literally did one unique thing and it doesn't do that anymore. Earthquake login. Wait, I like Earthquake. What happened to Earthquake? Earthquake quality now causes Aftershock to deal 30% more damage with hits and ailments. Okay. EQ is like 12% more damage. Well, it's like 30% more damage if you're playing Bleed. I guess the difference is like just wouldn't really play Bleed because it's bad. Oh, it's 150 plus 30. Oh, I see. Okay. Fireball base radius of 0.9 unchanged, scaling up to 1.4 at 20, previously 1, no longer has projectile gain radius as they travel further up to a maximum of 0.9. Who cares? No one's using Fireball. Ice, Purity, CDR. Purity's the same. CDR is pretty big, so that's pretty good. Ice Nova no longer has 20 less area when cast on Frostbolt. It can no longer expand for up to 2 Frostbolt projectiles. What? Wait, they nerfed Ice Nova? What? Like, I thought Ice Nova was, like, barely viable. It was viable, but, like, barely. Ice Shot. Okay. You don't think the numbers matter? There's just so many gems. When you do a labyrinth, like they were putting a gem in there, right? So like do you modify that gem? Or does it just give you some random crap? Okay. So auras don't give you increased area. So this is actually a nerf for minion builds because 40 area made it so your minions would almost always get hit. Raised zombies no longer attack enemies with an area of effect slam. They now only attack enemies with melee attack. The gem now has minions have more maximum life, replacing the increased cooldown. Okay. Quality is more raised zombies. So you get one extra zombie, and they get 38 more life, and they don't slam. I mean, thought it was kind of cool that they had like a special attack. I guess for most minion builds, this is generally a good thing. But if you're playing a actual zombie build, it's probably a bad thing. Raise the cooldown recovery rate for Rallying Cry. That's interesting. Righteous Fire. 70 of your life and energy shield as base damage. Life and energy shield. Oh. I think this mostly nerfs Inquisitor. Sorry, mostly nerfs Juggernaut. Because Inquisitor life plus energy shield was actually really high. I think RF Jug is quite nerfed though. It nerfs everything but Inquisitor, right? Searing Bond +2 summon totems. Pretty good. Shield Crush, 10 more damage. Pretty good. More area damage with Smite. It's pretty good. Snipe, one more maximum stage. That's pretty good. Buff effect, okay. Quality causes minions attack, 20% chance to inflict bleeding. Sure. Why do they kill Vortex? 0.75 cast time is really slow too. It's not like it went from instant to casted. It went from like instant to just really too slow to use. Instant alternate quality. Yeah, but you might need a bit too much quality to be viable. Wild Strike, 20 freeze shock ignite. That's kind of cool. Ball Abso is pretty cool. The rest don't matter. Quality is damage with hits against enemies that are low on life instead of melee strike range. Wasn't melee strike range better? Quality now causes supported skills to require reduced amount of damage to trigger. That's good. Cast 1 damage taken, let's go. Recover life when you cull, that's pretty good. Hypothermia, 20 chance to freeze enemies that are chilled instead of increased chill duration on enemies. Dude, hypothermia is pretty poggers. Because on the skill gem itself, it's also like 20 to do that. Infernal Legion quality now causes minions from supported skills to deal 10% increased damage instead of causing them to take 20 reduced fire damage. Holy shit. You nerfed the fuck out of Infernal Legion? Who the fuck was using this skill? Like the one guy using this skill got it nerfed or something. Shield pulverize. Updated description for stats on gems that provide increased movement speed to minions such as the one found enemy. Clarified that it does not affect minions from other skills. Basically, phantasms don't inherit some of the stuff that we thought they may have. Hinakona causes enemies, you or your totems 5% chance of dealing 500 of their. Well, that's pretty nice. Acid Tree Mastery that previously granted increased accuracy against targets, unique enemies, or nearby. Now instead grant more accuracy. That's also cool. Existing items can be updated with a Divine Orb and a momentary lapse in judgment. Nice. Heat Shiver 30 as extra fire against Frozen. Rip. Home Spirit. Pretty nerfed. Minus 70, just walk it off. Replica Oro no longer has 1 or damage leached as life and instead provides Culling Strike against Frozen. Hinakora's Lock can no longer foresee the result of a corrupting item at the Altar of Corruption. You can't get the lock anymore, so... These are the experimented bases. Bow got buffed, the bow was used. The claw got buffed, the claw was used. 40% cooldown recovery of travel skills. That's pretty good. Fiery impact. They very slightly nerfed physical to lightning. Oh, I missed that. So the Simplex Amulet now has -2 prefix, but it's 100% increased effect. This is definitely a buff. Because you can get +2 skills. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty easy +2 amulet. And then it's 2 suffixes instead of 3, but they're 100 each. So it's kind of like 4 suffixes. But you can choose a suffix with like a craft. Like if you do +1 minimum endurance, that's +2 minimum endurance. So that's very decent. Oh, these are actually really, really big changes. Those shields that had effects on block, suddenly their block isn't trash. It was like Scorch on block, but the block of the shield was like 23. 29 now. You can get 2 betrayal suffixes. How do you get 2 betrayal suffixes? Like you do one, and then you craft the other? Is that what you guys mean? You get like 80 chaos resist on it? Yeah, that amulet's very cool. I'll probably do heist, so. Let me actually see some of these other ones. The wand thing is still pretty bad. You'd be chaos spamming for the +2. I think if you're playing solo self-found, realistically, what you're going to do is, like, if you want plus fire skills, you just roll fire in Harvest. Just spam the hell out of it. Because those are much more common. Getting a +2 all will still be very difficult. You're correct about that. Ruthless. Summon, Sentinel of Radiance, nerfed. Relics, nerfed. Champion buffed. No one played champion. Slightly increased the drop rate of currency items? Oh, screw this crap. Ruthless is dead. You can get currency in Ruthless now? Are you kidding me? What's the point? +2 is only 1500 alterations? Maybe so. Kirok mods available. 2 tormented spirits. What? 3 exiles. 4 strong boxes. Ooh. 5 chaos gives you beyond. Well, that's pretty tasty. Pretty tasty, I like that. 8 for an expedition. Ultimatum log in. No, ultimatum log out. I'm banning it. Bug fixes. Huh. So physical, the lightning is nerfed. Quality no longer causes support skills to deal increased lightning damage. Well, what the hell does it do then? That's the only thing it did. Isn't it? Oh. Oh, so it still has the physical damage. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright. Kinda weird. So this league, I was planning on playing non-Ruthless Absolution Guardian with some significant survivability tweaks. And it looks like I'm still going to play that. They nerfed some pretty popular skills, but not really the ones I was planning on playing with. Um, I mean, ultimately, I'm probably doing the customized thing because there's a lot of ascendancies I'd like to have. I'm happy Animate Guardian gets like a buff. Because I'll probably actually try to use it. "30 move speed if equipped boots have no socketed gems." I just don't think I can do that. Just don't think I can do that. Like, I guess until you get like good things, you just use the curse one. So you just go pacify and then foul pact. And the enemies pacified by you take 20% increased damage. That basically makes it like a normal curse, and then pacify is just pretty good damage reduction after a while. I don't know what a dark effigy is. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. This is pretty good. Yeah, the Absolution character I was planning on using Incandescent Heart. It has like 400 ES on it. And I was going to run all the way to Eldritch Battery. And now I could just not do that. Blood magic login. You lose the reserved mana buff from Guardian. I wasn't planning on doing that. Spells you cast yourself gain added physical damage equal to 70% of life cost. No good. How good is this? Removes all energy shield. Gain life instead of maximum energy shield from equipped armor items. Is an armor item a shield as well? A shield is like in between a weapon and a piece of armor, in my mind. Well, when you say a suit of armor, it doesn't include a shield. Shields are armor. It is considered armor. Oh, the quality currencies indicates that it's armor. That's a good point. Oh, whoops. Let me just think. Okay, so I'm level 100. I just minus 600 base lifed myself because I'm an idiot. Okay, so the chest has 400, so we're at minus 200. Dude, let me bring up my PoB because it's been a while. I think this is it. Yeah. This is without Molten Shell. Max fire, cold, and lightning hit 65,000. It's not plus 12, it's minus 6. Characters inherently gain plus 12 life per level. And then this says minus 6 maximum life per level. It doesn't say that it replaces the 12. So instead of 12, you get 6. Yes, you're losing half of your base life. So I said at level 100, it's minus 600 life. Just technically not true, because I think at level 1 you don't get plus 12 life, and if you're level 100, you're just going to quit the game. So it's more like minus like 588. But yeah, let's just call it 600. Okay. So we get 400 back from Incandescent Heart. I would still need plus minion skills, but the life roll wouldn't really matter anymore. It could be like plus minion and then 2 ES rolls. So we can get back like another 30. Gloves, kind of the same thing. It's just like ES, ES, ES. But you lose the armor. Armor's kind of big for this. That's a tough call. But let's say you had perfect gloves, like 200 ES, right? So like 100 higher. Let's just say 100 higher, but probably not. On boots, a little bit less, probably like 50 higher. 250 plus that. Oh man, that passive sucks. For this to be good, you need some like godly fucking gear. Like, I'm not saying it's worthless, but the type of gear that you need for this to not suck is absolutely off the charts. Like you basically are looking at near mirror quality ES gear for this to be worth it. Because if you just use hybrid gear, so like you don't lose the other stat like armor or whatever, if you value armor or evasion or whatever, it's basically like impossible. So you have to go like pure ES and then also be an aura stacker. And then yeah, that could be worth it for sure. But that's just so much. Yeah. So that's actually kind of not good. Which one is Ravenous? Did they explain that? Or Dark Effigy? Summon Dark Effigy. Oh, Ravenous is the corpse eating? Okay. That's like 10 DR against the minion type. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then this is... I don't know, the tooltip looks like a fucking totem, so I hope it's an actual minion and not a totem. Yeah. So probably we go Warlock, and we slowly accumulate charms that are cool. There's definitely some good charms, like even partial of some of the ascendancies is cracked. There's quite a lot of changes, but just like none of them significantly affect what I plan to do. The only difference is like it's a bit hard to get movement speed, isn't it? But I guess Quicksilvers are a lot stronger in the regular game. And I haven't played the regular game in so long. Is there a VOD where I explain the absolution plans? No, but this is a build I've been working on. And basically, if you use what is it called? Divine Flesh. This isn't like new or anything, but it's really good for absolution. If you use Divine Flesh, all damage bypasses Energy Shield, and then elemental damage taken as Chaos. So you use that with Incandescent Heart, which is elemental damage taken as Chaos as well. And you can also get 10% of armor applies to Chaos damage taken from hits, and physical damage taken as Chaos. And then you convert the damage taken into elemental, and a big one with that is Dawnbreaker. You basically have a character that is insanely tanky. Like, this character will survive a Maven Slam. Yeah. You could do this in Ruthless, but you have to play, like, the whole thing. Yeah, you can't convert twice, but it's still really good. It's still 75 of Elemental is Chaos. We have 90 Chaos Resist. And armor applies at 10% of value. This is stronger than a Juggernaut. But Juggernauts only have mitigation. This will have cap, block, and spell block. The fourth vow is worse than Heart. They're pretty close, actually. Oh, I had a build with both of them. Wait, this isn't it. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So if we do the fourth vow, the max chaos hit goes up 50%, but everything else goes down. And the other thing is that the fourth vow doesn't have health. And the other thing is that Incandescent Heart is pretty common. So you can like go for a double corrupt on it pretty frequently. So I'm gonna try to do like Alva, I'm gonna try to farm uniques, and I'm gonna try to get a double corrupted Incandescent Heart. And this will do a lot of damage because we need the plus max chaos resist things, which means that it's a double minion cluster build. So it's going to be pretty good damage, and you shouldn't need much else. This is my Absolution plans for Trade League. Yeah, the Warhammer TCG was pretty good. Give it a try, it's in the description. This still has the Duresso Salute Amulet. So one thing is, I haven't played the normal game in a while. I don't know how valuable movement speed is. Maybe it's like giga valuable, I don't know. What does the mechanic have to do with Absolution? Uh, Nothing really. It's just like, for this mechanic to work, you need to do double cluster. A minion build has the most to gain from using a double cluster. And this is a build where you have to use a shield with no damage stats on it, and a chest with no damage stats on it, really. So, yeah. Oh, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Dawnbreaker has a base block chance of almost 50, and your block chance goes down for every fire damage you take, but you don't actually take a whole lot of fire damage because the elemental damage you take gets converted to chaos. So you actually get to keep a crazy block. Like, this shield is so busted for this build. Like, if I take away this shield, my effective health pool goes down by 66%. You guys see that? Effective health pool 416,000. I've never seen it that high for a character without Aegis Aurora. Yeah. So, yeah, this shield is just so cracked for this build. And it has no block nodes, and it has 75 block. And we get like 75 spell block from being Guardian and using Tempest Shield. Ultimately, you can kind of use whatever skill you want on a Guardian, so it really doesn't have to be Absolution. It's just, I don't know, it just kind of comes together pretty nice. It has very little health, though. So you have to get to pretty high level, but Absolution's fantastic league start. And you have to be able to do league mechanics if you're playing solo self-found to get the uniques, the Dawnbreaker, and the Legion Jewel. However, Absolution Guardian is really good at Legion. You hate the trip to Eldritch Battery? So I tried this build in a few different ways, and I couldn't find a place for Divine Flesh. Like, if you zoom out, the build is really dense. Even here, it'll screw Sanctuary, which is really bad. So this isn't that wasted. And I don't know how else you get Eldritch Battery. Like, if you use a Diadem, you lose +2 minions and... Wait, do we still have Helmet Enchants? Wait, let me read that again. Where's the enchantments? Helmet enchants are gone? Oh, that's interesting. Wait, are there no enchants at all? Helm, boot, and glove. Every enchant is gone. Oh, wow. That actually really hurts Guardian and Ruthless. They're all gone. Interesting. I mean, on non-Ruthless, it doesn't matter because you use Shield Charge to proc it, right? It's fine. Curse of Doom. I mean, I probably need to go through these to, like, figure it out a little bit better detail. I'd probably try to do, like, a... Animate Guardian Explode setup. I think I have, like... Do I have custom modifiers? Resists... Yeah, 500 life. Gibby isn't updated? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you mean for this patch? No. No, it's not updated for this patch. I have to try to get a taste of hate. That's pretty big. And yeah, I'll need pretty damn good gear. Can swap Absolution with SRS. Yes. You can do that. Check the damage of Absolution Slam. I don't know. The effect of health when you drop the shield. Well, let's just equip some garbage shield. Okay, I guess with some garbage shield you lose a third. But if you take off the shield, it's like horrendous, because yeah, you lose the actual blocking part. uh, I guess you can maybe not use this shield. The thing is, you still want like the armor. Let me take off Molten Shell, because I think that kind of skews it a lot. Where's Molten Shell? Do I have Molten Shell on? Molten Shell. Okay. So without Molten Shell, Max cold hit goes up quite a lot. Well, the other thing is most of the like powerful bosses, they have penetration mechanics. Like if you take a cold hit, like let's say you get cold damage to fire. If you get hit with like 100 cold damage, right? So 75 of it becomes chaos. But then another 20 becomes fire. So you only get hit for 5 cold damage. So if it's like the shaper balls that penetrate like 30 cold resist, where your max cold resist basically doesn't do jack shit, well, you're just not even taking cold damage. So that should work pretty well. Fourth vow? Yeah, fourth vow is worse for this. Less effective health pool, less fizz, less fire, less cold, less lightning. Way better against chaos. It's still a really good chest. Still a really good chest. Uh, the thing is with Dawnbreaker, you get the block chance too. It's not like just the max hit. The really high block chance is how you get that extra like 20 block. I don't think there is a shield that can compare to this. Because you need the armor to mitigate chaos. You need the block chance. So even if you delete the other stats, a 2000 armor shield with like 45 block? Where the fuck are you getting that? And then the conversion mechanics completely convert cold and lightning. Or just about. Yeah, I don't think you can do better than this shield. And I think this is with Purity of Elements. Yeah, so it's not even like aggressive for stats. Yeah. So honestly, I probably am gonna do something like this and just modify it to change the plug spell damage. Guess I missed that. Uh, reset node. Okay. Does that affect my spell block? Oh, it does actually. Okay, so I might need to get a little bit of spell block. But yeah, I think the idea is we go in with this and we tweak it with what we get. Like a really big part, yeah, it's the transfigured gems, but we don't even know what they're gonna look like. They did not change the meta. Go back to a 2-year-old build. Well, that build really takes advantage of the new Guardian, which is only 1 patch old, and that version of the build is really only playable on on non-Ruthless, which I haven't played since they changed Guardian. So for me, it'll be pretty new. And I'm pretty happy to do it. I really like playing Guardian. I really like playing Absolution. And I feel like there's going to be like maybe not one major tweak with the build, but there's going to be like 50 tweaks with the build based on like the gems, the skills, the charms. Non-Ruthless? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play Ruthless this league. I'm going to be playing a lot of different games. So, like last league in Ruthless, I played for like a month. I really like Trial of the Ancestors. I don't really have a month to play this time around. The other major point is that I would like to see non-Ruthless at some point because we get PoE 2 beta in like June, right? So it's this league and the next league. And then after that, we're probably playing PoE 2, right? I mean, they might move back the date. I don't know. Like maybe, but yeah. So